The elves are marching to war. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back once again to another glorious online battle in Total War Rise of Mordor. And once again, this battle is going to be one hell of an engagement. We have over 16,000 soldiers on the battlefield. We're using the brand new Rise of Mordor update alongside the brand new submod update, which isn't quite out yet, but I'm sure you guys will be seeing it very, very soon. And in this submod update, you obviously get access to the elves. So keep a close eye on the workshop to see when this mod does actually come out. The update to the submod comes out because you guys will be able to bring these bad boys to battle and see what the elves are made of, because they are definitely very, very epic, and they're a little bit unbalanced at the moment. I'll say the elves are very strong, but what they obviously make up for in quality, they lack in quantity. There are very small units, only 120 in their elite units, so that's definitely going to hinder them in this battle. But overall, we have a very exciting engagement because supporting the elves in this battle, we have the mighty force of Darmroth, and that's a scary combination. If you guys have ever watched these online battles before and you've watched Rise of Mordor, you know that Darmroth is a very, very heavy infantry faction, decent missiles, amazing cavalry. You know, they're one of definitely the top tier factions in the submod for sure. And yeah, you can pair them up with the elves, it's going to be one hell of an engagement. I mean, oh my god, look at that scenery as well. This is like kind of like something out of Three Kingdoms, right? That looks amazing. It really does. Kind of gives me a Middle Earth vibe, Jesus Christ, Middle Elf vibe, Middle Earth vibe. Going up against them, we do have the brand new and improved forces from the Easterlings. You can see some of their soldiers, and we'll just stick it on slow-mo whilst we run over the last couple units. I think these units are new to the sub-mod, but they are obviously got all the new assets from the latest Rise of Mordor update, which looks amazing. I am a huge fan of these brand new units of Rise of Mordor. They look amazing. I love the flags on their back and the armor itself. Looks spectacular, so they've done an amazing job there. So the Eastlings are now new and improved with all their new armor and reinforcements. Supporting them, we also have the forces of it. Actually, more Eastlings right there. We actually have the forces of Lindon, and Lindon have also seen a complete revamp as well. A lot of new assets in the submod and in the base of Rise of Mordor, kind of just bringing them more in line to how the faction should play out. And I think they definitely do look a lot better than they did before. Definitely more kind of like how Lindon should look, I think. So again, the modders have done a great job with updating them both in the submod and in the base mod as well. You can see this rabble with their broken chainmail moving forward. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this battle turns out. Also, you may notice as well, the battlefield is a lot bigger in this version of Rise of Mordor. They're using a much larger mod pack, I guess, that goes ahead and adds, I think, 25% to 50% more room of the battle map into the custom battles. So you're not going to be seeing these massive 4v4s that end up with no space to outflank or anything with this in Rise of Mordor. It's something I really hope they implement into 12.12 as well, because yeah, having all this extra space, I think will just add so much more, especially to these battles where, you know, they are being played by a group of people who are, you know, making cool scenarios and stuff. So hopefully we'll see that a lot more in the future. And we can go back on to normal speed now as Darmroth unleash their first volley of arrows against the Eastlings as they get in range with their nomadic boatmen. So you can see right here. And again, I really like kind of the differences we're seeing, and the shield wall for the Eastlings looks amazing. Oh, baby, that's awesome. Yeah, I love this real kind of like diverse roster the Eastlings have now. They have kind of their standard units we know and love from the movies over here. We then have these guys who are more from the lore, I believe, and again, their armor looks amazing. We also have some like nomadic archers and stuff. It kind of just feels like the Eastlings are a very well-rounded faction now. They have a lot of access to a lot of stuff, and yeah, they just look really, really awesome. So they're going to be going up against Darmroth, and they're going to be exchanging missile fire right now. But however, Darmroth are not going to sit idly by. They're going to push up with some of their elite spearmen. I mean, obviously, you know, Darmroth want to get their heavier infantry into the fight as quickly as possible because it can be so devastating. The elves are sitting a bit further back though. They've got some of their awesome looking lighter archers right here, supported by more heavier spearmen, heavy cavalry, and other sort of stuff. It does seem like the elves are actually still forming up, and the battle has kicked off. Come on, elves, get in formation. You had an entire lifetime to get your battle formation ready. Battle is kicking off. So it does seem like Dartmouth just wants to basically close the distance with their infantry, protecting from any cavalry charges coming out the woods or hitting them where they least expect it. And that's not a bad strategy, right? Having an infantry line whilst your archers are in range, just kind of covering your missiles is not a bad plan. You can see the Eastlings, though, advancing forward. You can see one of their halberd units as well. Really cool stuff. And these halberds are obviously going to be integrated within the infantry lines, just kind of protecting them and, you know, causing out a little bit of AP on that infantry. And it seems like the Eastlings are trying to close the distance as fast as possible. And oh, we've actually got a big old cavalry engagement here. We have some of the lancers moving around with their amazing flags in the back as the Dartmouth cavalry has fully engaged them. I wonder where they're going to go, or whether they're going to try and sweep around and try and take out the missiles. It does seem like that's exactly what's going to happen. However, the armoured militia are going to be trying to cover that position, and I imagine they would have just come completely out of nowhere and kind of take them off guard, because these guys were stationary. However, they are going to get run through by the lancers, going to be taking heavy casualties. But we do have Swan Knights moving in the forest, you know, rotating around, more infantry as well as the Dartmouth swordsmen get pushed up and advanced, and that's going to send this cavalry back. That's exactly why I assume these Swan Knights were advancing around to see them off and continue on this battle. I'll be very interested to see how this cavalry fight goes off. Dartmouth doesn't really have the strongest units, only some squires engaged, no Swan Knights up here. But yeah, I'd still be very interested to see how they do fare. They do have some of their mounted lancers here, so again, not their top tier, but still pretty good. Because the Eastlings do have a very nice setup of cavalry, so they might not be able to bring them down as effectively. And these lancers are going to kind of be sitting around here, not really doing too much. The elves are obviously unleashing volley after volley now as well, using their bow prowess just to hammer away at the forces of Dunland. And you can see the casualties. Oh my god, this unit just lost 40 men from one volley. That is absolutely insane. If we take a look at the overall battlefield as well, you can see that the missile fight is boding pretty poorly for the forces of the Easterlings, because they just kind of brought these nomadic archers, whereas Dartmouth have brought a lot heavier missiles to the fight. So obviously they're going to be winning this, but that's not going to stop them. The Eastlings have now dispatched and committed one of their stronger left flanks to this battle, and going to be looking to try and just break up the front line. However, these warriors are not likely to go down. These are dismounted knights of Imrahil. Is that like the Prince of Dartmouth or something? Either way, you know, that's going to be a hard fight. You can see the halberd line just going down there as well. Ooh, that's going to be pushing forward. They've also got a pretty nice outflank. However, the Knights of the Silver Swan are ready to charge in and hammer the forces of Dunland. Also, that archer fire from the elves is just insane, using their numbers very effectively. We also have a very nice cavalry engagement up here, and it does seem like the skirmisher cavalry has been sent packing by the horses from Lindon. And the cavalry charge, oh, definitely let's speed up right now as the cavalry goes flying into these units of skirmishers, and these poor tribal youths, their numbers are just evaporating as the lines go in. Does seem like the Prince's Coast Guard are going up, but again, they're receiving a lot of missile fire, so that's a little bit scary. But yeah, that cavalry came in, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and sent them youths packing. That was brutal. The front lines have now engaged, at least on this kind of central quadrant of the battlefield. But you can see the devastating damage that the halberds do. They keep the enemy at range, and they're protected by the sword infantry. So this is a very nice combination attack. And this is obviously where the forces of Eastlings have committed the majority of their men now. You know, this is their plan to break through. But Dartmouth have committed their strongest men here as well. And then it's probably going to be up to the rest of the Eastlings here to try and break through, you know, try and at least hold this position whilst their left flank does keep on pushing. Because they're definitely obviously going to lose a missile fight. We've also got some fighting in the woods as well now. Oh, this is going to be a pretty brutal engagement for the Easterlings, fighting some of the Heavens Guard, which, you know, my heavens, they are a good unit. Up here as well, who's winning the cavalry engagement? Yeah, so with the reinforcements of the Knights of the Silver Swan, you can quickly see this cavalry fight going in favour of Dartmouth, which is no surprise whatsoever. Such a strong force. The elves have seemingly got some kind of skirmishing going off. Oh, actually, no, not even the elves. Dunland came in and Dartmouth came in and quickly reinforce their position. And I think we're now seeing the forces of Dunland advancing forward. They can't really have a range off with the elves, right? It's never going to fare too well for them. So they're sending some more men down here. Reinforcements quickly getting into position. Going to go ahead and hold the forces of Dunland on the gap itself, and obviously the elves are not going to have too much trouble with these weaker Dunland units. Now, don't get me wrong, Dunland do have good infantry. It's just these guys are not it, and the elves should be able to take them out. Their kind of better infantry is going to be like these guys. These guys are deadly on the battlefield. I love how the commander is wielding a huge battle axe as well. So the elves have a pretty nice setup, and it doesn't seem like there's much going on their front line. So the archers can just still continue to fire away, pick away at all these skirmishers who advance. And the nice thing is, these guys right here, the Greyhaven's Guardians, they're both a sword and shield unit and a bow unit. So they're kind of like the Lothan Sea Guard of Total War Warhammer. And they just do a lot of damage. And they basically just whittle down the enemy's lines as they advance forward. Oh, that's a brutal charge though, my god. Only being like 6 or 7 of them, that wasn't bad. Also, these guys are taking a lot of missile fire. The Elven Spearmen are going to have to be thrown in. Oh, that guy got pierced out the sky. I love that animation, man. It's so cool. How's the fight down here going for the Easterlings? Very, very well. Exactly what is happening is like what I said was going to happen is happening. They are dominating this area. The combined attack from the sword infantry and the halberds is just proving far too much, even against these dismounted knights. It's just they can't push any further forward because these halberds are just proving so effective. They're having a little bit more success down here. Well, they don't have the support of the halberds, but yeah, that's going to break, and they're going to come flying around this flank and probably, reinforce and support the elven battle line as both these shield walls advance bit by bit. I mean, the elves do look extremely scary going up against, some boys in some leather. And they're going to be the ones closing the distance, realizing that maybe Darmroth are kind of suffering on that flank, even with the support of the cavalry and stuff like that. They just kind of need to get themselves stuck in. And here we go. The spear lines are going to clash. Very slow combat as they edge towards one another. We also have the heavier infantry here as well. Oh, look at that, big charge. I love how the commander of this unit also has a blue cape as well. So the elite Dunland infantry are going to be moving in against the elves. I was going to find them obviously enveloped, but probably faring pretty well against them. I imagine these units are fairly well matched. But the elves are extremely strong. Like, as I said, the elves aren't fully balanced yet in the sub-modern Rise of Mordor. So I probably expect the elves to come out on top for now. But they're definitely going to get toned down as the mod goes on and on. And yeah, the Easterlings are now completely wrapping up this flank, throwing their infantry around the back of Darmroth. And this is just going to be kind of a snowball effect, right? As they get around the flanks, they're going to be able to route more and more units, which is going to free up more and more infantry to keep on going around the flanks. However, I've been giving Darmroth a lot of shit. They are not done quite yet. They still have a handful of infantry moving around on their flanks and some cavalry as well, so they can definitely still crash into this unit and try and do some damage. Oh, look at this Saltmoth unit as well right here. A good old axe infantry unit. Very nice indeed. Just moving around, surrounding this infantry, but you can see, look at more of the Darmroth battle line breaking away. We also have a huge engagement now for the elves, fully committing their Greyhaven Guardians up against Dunland. And even with the cavalry support, they are still struggling. They managed to get a nice charge off here though. However, the Blood Reaver cavalry, the Champion Reaver cavalry, is going to be there to meet them. These fierce warriors are going to be a match for the elves, that is for sure, in a prolonged engagement. The archers up here, so it does seem like Dunland do have their elite archers up on this left-hand side. Just basically trying to duke it out with the elves, and it's not an easy feat, that is for sure. There is definitely gaps though, and the gaps are going to be trying to be exploited right here, trying to push through them and get onto the elven archers. Again, this will be pretty big. However, these elves are pretty much out of ammunition, but not a bad charge to break through. And that's going to do some serious damage there. Again, if we take a look at the overall battlefield, you can see that the Easterlings are holding firm, breaking through. However, Darmroth have done a gnarly amount of damage coming down on this flank and kind of re-securing their battle line. The elven fight is still back and forth. It seems like Dunland do have more men here, but that is to be expected. If we take a look at the numbers as well, I don't think this was something I looked at. If you take a look at the numbers, see how the elves in Darmroth have 6,000 men, and the Easterlings in Dunland have over 10,000. There's a 4,000 man difference in this battle, which is just wild. It really is. You don't even see that in some orc matchups. Really see the battle unleashing as both sides going, but the elves, oh my god, this elven front line hasn't lost a man yet. Yeah, as I said, serious balancing is probably going to go into these guys before the release. That's why this is a test build. But yeah, the elves haven't lost a man against the Warlord's Bloodsworn. But it doesn't sound like that should be the case, right? It sounds like the Warlord's Bloodspawn would be able to kill a couple elves at least, probably a lot more. Yeah, so a bit of an unbalanced battlefield. I feel like Dunland definitely got the short end of the stick in this engagement. But yeah, I really love the new units for Rise of Mordor. I love that the elves are being put in, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw this on the Discord, is that these elves, so the Lindon elves and the Galadrian elves, are going into the sub-mod, and then we're going to have the Frangiel, the woodland, elves of the woodland realm, basically Frangiel and his wood elves. They're going to be going into the main mod, but they're going to be all completely custom assets and basically going to be made from the ground up, which is, again, really exciting to see, you know, more of these units get added in. And it's kind of cool that we have some in the sub mod and some are planned for the main mod as well, which is, again, really exciting to get more elves into the battlefield. I'm just hoping that someone's going to go and, you know, give the dwarves some love, because I'm a big dwarven fan. They've been stuck with like 4 or 5 units for the longest time. The sub-mod does a good job of adding in more, but yeah, I would definitely like to see more. Oh, it seems like the general for Darmroth has gone down now. The Knights of Imrahil have been destroyed by the Bane of the Steppe with their awesome war axes and then black shields. It's so goddamn cool. And I think even just this horse armor as well adds a nice touch to this unit. Taking out the general for Darmroth is going to be pretty brutal. We can start to see a lot of their units breaking right now. Envelopments along the battle line, and there's only a few pockets of resistance. However, the elves are doing just as much damage over on this side. Their formation is very disrupted. They are bringing all of their men down the hill, ready to reinforce and fight whatever remains on this side. There's still missiles hitting them from Dunland, but yeah, the infantry was simply no match. And also, some of these guys literally just didn't lose a man, which, yeah, I imagine probably is not planned to be the thing, and we'll have to have some like update to them, I am sure. Even the Elven archers, though, are pulling out their blades and diving in, getting stuck in against the warriors from the far reaches of Middle-earth. And I imagine even the archers, probably with how strong they are right now. I mean, let's take a look at their stats really quickly. What's like the big thing giving them a big boost? They have I guess they have, even these archers have similar melee attack. Melee damage is really high on them. Charge bonus is really high on them. Melee defense is amazing on them. Yeah, they just need like a little bit toning down, I think. Because the thing is, you can make these guys elite, and just give them small numbers, right? But then again, it's not even like they have small numbers. There's still 120 of them in the units, whereas the Eastlings have 120. Yeah, wait. No, they have 140 in these warrior units, and the elves have 120. So it's 20 less men. But I still don't think, you know, either go really small with the elves, or turn down their stats a little bit. Like, you can still give them less men. But yeah, they definitely need to have that a little look at. I love this elven formation as well, with the elves just behind them as well. And some cavalry in the distance just mopping up whatever they come up against. So the Eastlings are now stuck to have to quickly form up their battle line. The rest of Dunland have moved down as well to form up one last battle line. Obviously the yellow being Dunland and the blue being the Easterlings. I think pretty much all of Darmroth is now destroyed, with only maybe a unit of infantry left. I can't see that. And it seems like they're going to go and take refuge in this forest, which is a pretty good idea, right? Because if you take refuge in this forest, it's going to protect you from a lot of missile fire and force the elves to come to you. And I mean, realistically, the elves don't actually have that much left. They have obviously the quality, which we've seen, but if you can break them, then that quality doesn't really matter too much. What's their morale at? Their morale is 83. Yeah, their morale is pretty goddamn high as well, so have fun breaking that unit. I can't really see it happening, but we'll have to see. So I like the way the defenders are still trying their best to get stuck in. And these halberds are probably going to do pretty good against the elves. But do let me know, guys, in the comments down below, as this battle is going down to the last little bit of standing for the Forces of Evil. Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the elves. Obviously, not their balancing, because that will be looked at obviously before the sub-mod is released. But let me know what you think of them. Are you happy that they're being implemented into the mod? Do you like their new look? Because this was like the base model from the Gladian Elves mod, but the modder has done a ton of kind of filling out the roster, adding in new assets for these elves and stuff like that. Do you like the new look of them? Obviously, these are just for Lindon Golden Elves. What else would you like to see from this mod and the Frangil Elf mod as well? Is there anything in particular you guys would like to see? And obviously, if you're enjoying these Rise of Mordor battles, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. They're always really, really appreciated. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already. I upload every single day, so if you enjoy epic battles of Rise of Mordor, Lord of the Rings, Medieval Kingdoms, Rome 2, there's loads of content on my channel. And as I said, I upload every single day, so you can always find something to watch on the channel. So many epic battles out there. So right now, these units are just battering off one another, and it's going to be up to the elves to really move in and finish this one off, and I think that's exactly what we are starting to see. The defenders of this battle now are just going to be holding up in this, using their last couple arrow fire just to try and bring off a couple of these guys. Maybe killing away the Elven General is a good way to try and win this, but I think it's looking very bleak for them. I think right now they are just all focusing down this one unit of two-handed sword infantry. As I imagine they are going to be basically unstoppable. We also have this brave unit right now charging forward against the elves. They're out of ammunition, so they are being committed into this battle. Oh, definitely. Oh, I wanted to get that so badly. Oh my god, that has to be the thumbnail right there. Oh, baby, just look at that. That is awesome. I probably need to try and get some better angles of that. I'm going to pause the video right now and get a better angle for this because, oh my god, it looks amazing. So this brave unit is going in. Oh my god, that guy was hanging as well. The animation is so brutal. It really is. Look at this one as well. It's like punching him on the ground, trying to strangle him, punching him, and then he gets taken out as well by the sword through the chest. Rise of Return to Glory adds in some amazing animations to the game. Really, really does. So they've done the charge in for honor and glory. It seems like the rest of the archers are going in. There's one last big old push into the fight. Again, men being chucked over, the shield being weighed against the elves. The archers getting off a nice little volley before being engaged there as well. Oh my god, them archers' fire is still going in. We have some cavalry moving around the flank boat, charging in. And Dunlin are going to be getting a nice amount of kills here against the Elven Archers, running them through and then retreating from this battle, but I unfortunately do not think it's going to be enough. We also have a cavalry engagement out here as well, as the Bane of the Steppe are engaging the Elven Horse, and also the Elven Horse is being surrounded by some of the Dunherd Chosen, using them axes to breach the Elven armor, dismount them by taking out the horses, and then dealing with them on the ground. But even still, the numbers just do not look good for them at all. And I think the envelopment and the quality of the elves is just going to show, even with all this arrow fire coming in as well, it's simply just not going to be enough for them. Oh my god, that one soldier next to the commander is just burnt alive. Another charge going in there, heads rolling on this battlefield. And all these archers just trying their best. It's just not going to be enough. Look at this little bit Dunland horse just trying to take down 3 clumped up units of archers, just hammer and anvilling, but they're just losing a handful of men on that charge. And as you can see as well, this front line is going to be completely broken, and I think we're going to be getting a big mass rout from these units. I mean, this unit of archers is also surrounded as well, but they're going to be able to fight their way out of this. So hopefully, you know, in the coming weeks, we'll be getting more balanced Elven army, so that they'll play a bit better, because they were very strong. I definitely think the Forces of Evil would have probably have won this battle if it wasn't for how strong the elves are, because they dominated Darmroth on this side with their kind of really nice strategy of having the infantry and then the halberds up. It was like stacking this one center flank, and then kind of just holding. They lost kind of on this side, but they won so devastatingly on that side. There was enough. The elves have also bringing around their archers now, just doing so much damage to these warriors. So even the healthy warriors who are still stuck in there, still fighting, are receiving volley after volley into their rear. And that's proving a little bit too much. You can see some of the warriors are now breaking. And these two-handed sword infantry are just going to be running amok now, getting stuck in. Even some of the lowly elven archers who are out of ammunition are now moving in to finish this one off once and for all. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for this battle, as the rest of the infantry just kind of circle around and go in. So yeah, the elves were definitely extremely scary in this battle. They were very much unstoppable, I would say. And there you go, the general going down and the elves to come out on top. But to be fair, they don't have that much left. It's just these spearmen didn't die at all. They were basically, yeah, look at that, how many kills they have, and they've lost like no people whatsoever. When their archers are this good as well, yeah, that's brutal, very, very scary indeed. So if we take a look at the kills, Canary getting over 300 kills on his general, pretty goddamn nice stuff there. His infantry just could not stand up to the elves. I mean, look at the kills on the elves. 300 kills on this unit, 300 on this one, 250 on this one. The archers, well over 200 kills apiece besides this one. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Over on the Eastling side of things, we have their axes doing quite nicely. Some of their horses have over 300 kills as well. And then finally, Darmroth, yeah, look at these. A Heaven Guard, almost 400 kills on them. That's absolutely insane. And 500 kills on the Knights of the Silver Swan. That's exactly what I expect to see on the Knights of the Silver Swan. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.